Hello everybody, this is Beast from Beast of Game 69, and today I am here with Ghost Recon Breakpoint to offer my first of what I hopefully plan on doing a series of an outfit tutorial. Now, as any of you who watch my channel know, I am clearly a Resident Evil fan of the series of games and movies. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to create the classic Resident Evil 3 RPD SWAT uniform, showed mostly in the cutscene in the beginning of the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. You see several of these guys pull up in a SWAT vehicle along with some RPD officers and UBCS members who also are on site fighting off the zombies. In case you don't know who exactly I'm talking about, they would have been the guys wearing the RPD uniforms that look exactly like Leon Kennedy's police uniform, but they would have had riot helmets and balaclava masks on top of theirs. So today I'm going to show you what you need to make them and how you can get some of them. Some of these items have to be unlocked, some you have, and some you have to find. I'm not going to go into full detail, but I am going to give you some explanation on certain things. So one thing I would like to say is, in terms of the top that I'm going to be using, it is a top that looks good for it. Fortunately, we cannot get any shirts that allow white sleeve underneath of another shirt. But this top has a little American flag on the side of the shoulder that goes above where the patch goes. This is a nice little addition because, realistically speaking, police officers should have that on them. It allows them to identify as an American cop. So that's going to be the one little added bonus that'll just go very well with this. So let's get into it. So first of all, don't mind my analog stick. It is kind of messed up. I got to get a new one. You're going to want the sniper balaclava mask. And you're going to want it in the color black solid. Second, you are going to want to get this top, which is called the SWAT top. This outfit piece is available in Maria's shop for, I believe it's 7,500 credits, not that bad. That is the one you're going to want because, as you can see, it looks like a police uniform, and that nice little addition right there does make it look even better. So you're going to want to put that on in the color of blue solid. Okay, we do not need backpacks or glasses or headsets. The next thing you want to do is the patch called 511 Eagle patch. This is the closest thing you're going to get to a police logo, which, you know, it's not yellow and blue like the ones in Raccoon City Cops had, but close enough and still adds to the niceness of it. And I guess if you wanted to really go with it, you could always choose either the serrated edge or the straight edge knife. Either one of these have the model type that the cops in the RPD, SWAT, and STARS would have used. Okay, so next we want boots. So the boots that are closest to the type that they would have used are the steel-toed boots. You want these in black. Now, for the next pair of things, you want to get the pants that are called 511 Apex pants knee pads. You want these in blue solid. Next up is gloves. You're going to want the fingerless gloves in black. If you don't have these, there are several other gloves in the game that are all fingerless as well. Even if you have to use the punk gloves, it's a good substitute for now. Just make them black and it'll still go with the uniform. Again, keep in mind, some of these items you probably won't have right away. I do not own any DLC items for this game, so all this is stuff that I had to scavenge on a map or buy from Maria's shop in Erewhon. Okay, next is vests. You are going to want the SWAT team vest. This is also another $7,500 item from Maria's shop. I highly recommend it. It looks good on many uniforms, and because it doesn't have a police logo on it, you could even use this for military if you would like. You're going to want this in black. Now, to note, I'm kind of basing this creation off of the more modernized version of this uniform, which is what Leon S. Kennedy wears in Resident Evil 2 Remake. In case people do not know, in the original Resident Evil 2, the uniform that Leon Kennedy wears, minus not having a balaclava or helmet, is exactly what the SWAT team for Raccoon City wore as well. So his outfit is the perfect thing to take a basis off of. So this is going to basically be what the RPD SWAT team members would have looked like in Resident Evil 3 Remake were they included into the game. with the only actual change honestly being the vest. Okay, now the next thing you're going to want is another item that you get for $5,000. It is the Riot Helmet. You're going to want to put this in blue solid. And then, there you go. You now have a near exact replica of the Raccoon City Police Department's SWAT uniforms. This is a very good indication of the replica. They look good on male or woman character. And as a nice little added bonus, I will even show you guys how to set your weapons to that of the RPD Police Department. So the first thing is your primary weapon. The RPD used M4s and MP5s, but if you really wanted to roleplay this out the right way, you were going to want to use an MP5. So you get an MP5, and the way you want to customize this is you want the short barrel, the standard magazine, standard muzzle, nothing on your rail cover, and the iron sights. And as far as your stock, you want the stock to be collapsed, and you do not want anything under the rail either. When doing so, the gun will look like this, which is almost exactly how it looks in the RPD SWAT member's hands. So you're going to want that as your primary. Ignore the fact that the silencer, they do that when you're in your menu. Okay, the next weapon you're going to want is a very nice shotgun to have in this game. It's one of the best ones here. The M590A1 12 gauge pump shotgun. This looks almost exactly like the Riot shotgun that you get your hands on in the original Resident Evil 2, as well as the remake when you upgrade your shotgun. It's also used in the opening cutscene for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the original. You actually see one of the cops, one of the SWAT team members, using this shotgun. He's crouched down near the front of an RPD police car. With this, you're basically going to want nothing on the gun. No muzzles, no rail cover, no under barrel rail, and you want the mounted iron sight. Now to do this right, you're only going to change 3 things in paint. You're going to make the rail, the stock, and the underbarrel brown, close enough to give you that wood finish. Also clean it up, it looks better when you do. And last but not least, the only reason I know this is in the Resident Evil Outbreak series, they note very carefully when you examine the M9 handgun in that game that this is the weapon of choice for the Raccoon City Police Department. So it is rightfully so to assume that this is the handgun you should have. Seeing as the STARS members even carry custom versions of this weapon, it is most likely a true statement, and it's pretty much confirmed through a Resident Evil game. So you're going to want this handgun, and you're basically going to want to have nothing on it. And you would make the gun all black. If you want to give it a somewhat samurai edge look, you can make the barrel white, and that's how you get this nice little effect up here. So that's if you want it to make it look like a samurai edge. If not, you just go over and you make it black, and then it'll be 100% accurate, but otherwise it doesn't really matter. So that's going to do this for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe for more content relating to Resident Evil, Ghost Recon, and other games among survival and survival horror standards. I play a lot of these. I'm going to be getting back in tune to doing it more often again. And I have many more tutorials planned for this game for outfits relating from different games, movies, and even some comic book character outfits like people like the Punisher, who you could actually make on here, as well as the Red Hood from Marvel and DC. So, hope everybody liked. Please enjoy the video. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below if it's helped you out in any way. I'm a die-hard fan of this series myself, of both Ghost Recon and Resident Evil, and I know a lot about both, so it was really awesome to be able to see that I could actually make this uniform and run around with it, and I even have the weapon variety to be able to have the kind of weapons that they would have used. It feels really cool. When you're actually playing, you kind of sort of feel as if it's not an outfit you made. You feel more like you're playing as an DLC outfit like they've been doing with other Ubisoft games for Resident Evil. You kind of feel like this is a legitimate one you got. The only thing that takes that away is that there's no RPD logo on it. Otherwise, this is really good. It makes you feel like you're actually playing as an RPD SWAT member. So, I hope everybody enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.